Freelancing is so tough. Okay, there's like no answer. You never know if you are getting booked next month, and it can be pretty daunting. It can be very scary, even as someone who's 12 years into their career. But there's one consistent hack, I guess, that you can apply to your career that will guarantee that you're always getting booked and have a little bit of stability in this world of uncertainty. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Sergio and I'm a commercial photographer here in Victoria, BC. Like I said, I've been shooting for a little over a decade now, and one of the things that's kept me going, that the ability to actually keep a camera in my hands, is not simply relying on that freelance career. Now, for some people that might mean getting a regular job in a regular environment, making sure that you get a actual paycheck every Thursday and just using your photography to escape from that mundane 9 to 5. But that wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't, I don't want to say possible for me, but I would have been very unhappy if that was my reality. So I wanted something different. I wanted to be just a photographer. I want a camera in my hands and I want to figure it the fuck out. As long as I have a camera in my hands, I'll be happy. There's really three main ways that people go about this kind of career. It's that freelance way, working for a studio, or working with an agent. Either way, all of those positions still have to be filled. So like if you're working with an agent and they're taking care of the marketing and the trying to book clients with you and the back and forth and things like that. If you're working with a studio, or you're working with a store, or you're working with like a school photographer or something like that, something that's a consistent gig, even if it's seasonal, you can still make sure that you have something a little bit more consistent. I remember having an offer for a cruise ship photographer. And I seriously considered it because it was like, man, it's like, well, 6 months with a camera in my hands, and like, sure, I don't have much freedom to do whatever it is that I want, but at least I know guaranteed that I'll be paid to be a photographer. And I'm like, well, that's pretty neat. In this world of uncertainty, that's pretty neat. That's what I need. That's what keep me going. It's kind of the same thing with the instructor job too. Like I like the idea of teaching people like I do here on YouTube, but at least I have like a face-to-face connection. I can see when something clicks for them. Like it's really rewarding. But also it just ensures the fact that I can keep myself photography adjacent and still consider myself a full-time creative. And sure, it's maybe just one class a week, or maybe it's just seasonal, or maybe you are an event photographer that only works, through the holidays, or you shoot mostly weddings, so you only shoot in the summer. But at least if you have multiple little pockets like that throughout the year, that'll keep you going. That'll keep making sure that you have this full-time career. It's not about always getting like a new client every 2 weeks, or like making sure you get 5 clients this week so that you can actually, it's about making sure that one client books with you 5 times. That's so much more rewarding, and it's so much easier than if you have to always constantly find someone new. So instead of trying to cold email 100 people next week and trying to get your name blasted all over town and spending all your money on Instagram ads and all that stuff, instead work on your community, work on the 10 people that are closest to you and how you could help them with photography. Because those people, the people that are closest to you, are the people that actually need something that's a little bit more consistent. And I mean, closest, it could be your friend, but it can also be like the coffee shop you constantly go to, or it can be whatever it is that you enjoy, whatever your hobby is. See if you can create consistent on-demand material for a store, or for a like I want to say like for an agent, but like, real estate for an agency is probably a little bit out of reach for most of us. But I think, if you can find someone that needs something consistently, and getting you to come in twice, 3 times, 4 times, even if it's for 6 months, even if it's for 2 years, that'll be that much less clientele, I guess, that you need to constantly be booking. And that'll be very beneficial for you, and definitely for your career. Now, when I was first starting out, I would do a lot of work with my buddy Nuge, who was a clothing designer. And he had these two different clothing apparel brands. And every time we were together, or every time I was in town or whatever, we would always end up shooting some new material for a new t-shirt that had come out, or new hats, or new this or new that, whatever. And it wasn't like the most high-end stuff. I wasn't charging $30,000 for a photo shoot. It wasn't like, we were just a couple homies and we're just hanging out in Ottawa and taking some photo shoots here and there and the other. Hopefully I got some like photos for you guys. And it was fun, but also it was consistent. And I knew that every time I would go to Ottawa, or every month or every 2 months, I knew I had a couple $100 waiting for me. And it's having that consistency throughout the year with a couple different people that are going to help you create this long-lasting creative career. I wanted to say career as a creative, but creative came out first, so creative career. There we go. Sounds better that way. being sure that you have all of these little connections, these face-to-face people that know who you are, will ensure that career for you. It kind of feels like a hack. It kind of feels like you're cheating because it's like, I'm not working for this. Like, this isn't like, I'm not like improving my photography. I'm not making sure that, my Rembrandts are super perfect. I'm just trying to make friends, and I'm just trying to go out in public and put a smile on my face and see who I meet and see who might have a need for a photographer. And then if I can benefit them, then they win and then I win. So it's like not about trying to get something from everybody. It's trying to just supply the demand that's already there. And if you have to create a little bit of demand with a little bit of persuading, sure. But yeah, just like see who needs a consistent photographer in your area and try to be that person for them. It'll make it a lot easier for you, like take away a few of the headaches, and that sure has for me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Leave a like on your way out. Maybe subscribe if you're new here, and comment if you are working consistently with someone. Who's your like consistent gig that you have, or at least who's booked with you more than once, and what is it that made them book with you a second time? Because it's probably not wedding clients. I would imagine there's probably not a whole lot of wedding photographers who are like, oh man, I have this one bride who she keeps booking with me. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a couple days. Later.